Well, it's the new year now, and sitting behind me is the new tractor, new to us. It's a John Deere 8130. Got it in the shop a few days ago, right before the new year. It got a full service and inspection at the dealer we bought it from before it came home. So we don't really have too much to do to it. Dad's already got the monitors for the new corn planter, GPS in there. But what we are going to do to it today is probably put a coat of wax on it. We might touch up and repaint the muffler here. It's looking a little gray. And then also what we probably won't do right now, but sometime in the future, it looks a lot better in camera, but probably repaint the wheels. There's a bit of rust in a lot of spots. And even in the back, you could tell they had rear weights back here. So those probably just keep getting rusty and rustier. So definitely needs to be touched up here and there. But overall, it's a nice tractor. Another thing I need to do is adjust the lights on the back here. I'm guessing they had probably a 24 row planter, and that's why they're beamed out so far. But we're only gonna be pulling a 16 row with it. So I'll probably bring those back in just a little bit because they are really pointed out far. We don't need it to be that far. Another thing we also did right when I got home is Dad got some carpet. It's already dirty, but put some carpet in there. We always try to put carpet in our machines, except for maybe the excavator, which is getting serviced right now. But other than that, yeah, put a coat of wax on it, and maybe the muffler. And after that, we'll have to get the corn planter hooked onto it, and we'll go from there and start getting everything set up for spring planting. So another thing I want to do today, which I already kind of got bumped on the list, so I might have to hold off on waxing the new 8130, is we got to get the Challenger and the tile plow in here. That is overdue for service. It needs an oil change bad. It hasn't been home since last winter, so it needs an oil change and filters and everything else, just like all the other machines we do. You know, during the winter time, that's a big part of what we do, is go through all the machines and give it an inspection and service it all. So just got the excavator done last night, so it's ready to go out. I don't think the Challenger will fit in the barn, in the shop, without moving the combine. So probably gonna spend a good 40 minutes or so moving equipment around the buildings, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. So yeah, I'll have to pull the combine out so the Challenger will fit in. Probably I'll have to pull this out because I don't think it'll fit where the excavator's sitting. So got to shuffle machines around. So I'll probably run outside and get the Challenger warming up so I can drain the oil when it finally gets in here, probably an hour later. And then I'm pretty sure I got some stuff, some other machines to move out of the way so I can just pull the tractor out. And I think the Ford 5000 is sitting in front of it. But we'll go outside right now and go take a look. We'll get these two things fired up, and then I'll start clearing out the shop while these are warming up out here. It's about 25 degrees today. Uh-oh. So it would appear that the fuel shutoff cable is frozen. So we got to get that unfrozen. Usually when we shut it off, this is the fuel shut off, the engine stop. But after it stops, we usually push it back in for that reason, but somebody didn't. But I parked it. I don't know if it was me or not. We'll have to go get that unstuck before we can move this out of the way. But right now, let's get this thing fired up real quick. Definitely could use a vacuum in here too. Oh, she's cold. So I finally got the machines in here and the other machines in the other building. The engine was half-assed warmed up, so I got the oil dumping now. Got to keep an eye on it and switch buckets. So it holds about 10 gallons, I believe. Another thing is we got the Ford 5000 in here. We're gonna be, again, servicing it, waxing it. And once we finally got the tractor shut off, the fuel shut off unfroze, we noticed that the battery was dead and it could be probably replaced too. Yeah, it says 2017, so it's about shot. And then, yeah, it's another thing we do. So I really don't think I'm going to be able to have time to wax that yet today. But I did get it back in here, so hopefully in the next couple of days I'll get that wrapped up. But as of right now, in case we decide we're going to go put more pipe in the ground, this is bumped up on the list for sure. So in case we're going to go back out and put some more pipe in the ground. So gotta do oil change, filters, clean the cab, grease it. He'll probably want it waxed. This, besides the combine, this is the worst thing to wax. It takes forever. But it's something we do around here. Help maintain our vehicles and our paint. So now I gotta watch this oil bucket and make sure it doesn't overfill. I don't think I can do this with one hand. Let's see if I can set the camera up there. Oh, there goes the camera. Another thing I noticed before waxing it, this thing could definitely use a better power wash. Still a lot of road grime and stuff. Even some of this stuff could use a coat of paint. Mud and stuff from the tires sling up in there, and then this thing doesn't get washed too often because it's always out on a job site or parked somewhere down south, and it hasn't been home and since probably last January or February. But we'll get it all checked over. Even the tire pressures, we'll check those. So yeah. That should be good. Well, today was pretty unproductive. Didn't really get to spend much time in the shop, so nothing's really getting serviced, but those jobs kind of get put off, and end up dealing with doctor appointments. Took up most of my morning, and then afternoon loaded trucks, and then about 2 o'clock or so, me and Dad decided we should free up some barn space because we're getting pretty much full up here. And we took the excavator down to one of our farthest job sites, work on some firewood and clean up brush rows, fence rows. So we get down there, and we had a load of logs in the dump truck sitting down there ready to come home. And by this time it's like 3:30. Thought it'd be real simple, quick, drop the excavator off. Well, 3.5, 4 hours later, which should have took only about an hour and a half. By the time we drove down there, it was about 30 miles away. We got it done. We got the dump truck home, loaded with logs. So eventually, hopefully in the next couple of days, I can take it back down there and get reloaded. But yeah, it's 6 o'clock now, and it feels like 9 something. It's snowing pretty good. I can show you. Driveway got covered up pretty quick. Finally putting a coat of wax on the 8130 here, but camera really doesn't do it justice of how much better it looks. So I'm gonna finish. I got one side done. I'm gonna finish waxing it. I gotta do the fenders yet. I mean, you can kind of tell how dull this looks compared to that, but if I pull it outside or something, it'll definitely look a lot nicer. So yeah, gonna finish waxing this. Oh, even here you can kind of tell how much better it looks. This is not wax side. Wax side. Yeah, I guess you can kind of tell a little bit. So I'm gonna finish putting a coat of wax on finally, and then waiting on a serpentine belt for this. And then also I don't plan on waxing it just yet. I want to take it back outside and power wash it again and get that engine bay a little bit better. And yeah, so kind of waiting on some parts for this. Did an oil change and everything on it, and got to do the cab yet. So just hiding in the shop today. It's pretty cold out, and then Dad's trucking corn, so I got to help him reload when he gets back. But other than that, should be in here the rest of the day. I got it all waxed up now, and it's pretty much done, ready to go in the other barn so we can bring something else in to get work done. The only thing I'm gonna do before we pull it out is I want to put the old tools that were in the 81 toolbox for the corn planter in there. But before I do that, they're pretty rusty from sitting in the toolbox for a year. So I'm gonna take them to the parts washer. I already started to clean and some. And clean up the wrenches, and this is what they all look like before. So get the rest of these cleaned up, put them in the tractor, and then I can pull it out and get something else in the shop. Got the log stump that we brought home last night. I want to get this thing in the shop, and it needs some attention. Some of the belts are loose, it needs to be greased. It needs to be washed, but we don't have a building to wash equipment. We don't have a wash bay or anything out while we're washing outside. And it's 18 degrees out right now, so it's a little too cold for that. But we'll get the 8130 out and pull this thing in.